What's this? Paramount Warner Brothers merger? Sure. So here we are once again at Cosmic Book News, where, there was a scoop. I believe Warner Brothers made a play for Paramount before Skydance, became the winner of this sort of thing, of the merger there. But anyway, Deadline now reports that the newly merged Paramount Skydance is exploring a bid to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery, which aligns exactly with what Matt McCloin's insiders told him years ago. Zaslav planned to split the company and eventually sell off Warner Brothers. Well, the company's already been split, so that's step one. And Zaslav, although at the time I thought the idea would be that Discovery would split off back to what it was, and that would be the company Zaslav would run. The point was the sale of Warner Brothers, and but now that he split it up, where you have this legacy media company split off of the Warner Brothers company that he is now the CEO of, where it's all about the streaming elements of Warner Brothers and what have you, and that sounds like would be the company that Skydance would now absorb. So Paramount Skydance actively evaluating WBD acquisition, according to Deadline. Larry Ellison, the billionaire Oracle chairman, and his son David Ellison, now head of Paramount Global, are actively evaluating the purchase of WBD. The deal would cover the entire company, not just the Warner Brothers studio, with the report calling it a closer look into a potential merger. The Wall Street Journal first broke the story, saying the bid would be mostly in cash and backed by the Ellison family. That news caused WBD stock to spike over 30% in afternoon trading. Deadline adds that Ellison had his eye on Warner Brothers for a while, and now, with Zaslav confirming the split of Warner Brothers and Discovery Global by April 2026, the timing may finally line up. The corporate breakup allows Zaslav to retain Discovery Global. Okay, so he'll go back to that, I guess, while potentially offloading Warner Brothers Studios and its IP, including DC, HBO, and Warner Brothers Games. This follows exactly what Matt McCloin reported. The split was a setup for a bigger acquisition, and Ellison Skydance may be the buyer. At the time, he was told hopefully it would be Comcast Universal, but hey, look! First come, first serve, I suppose. Sources told Deadline the deal could avoid FCC hurdles since WBD doesn't own broadcast licenses. Oh, yeah. But DOJ antitrust scrutiny is likely, especially with Warner Brothers and Paramount being two legacy studios. CNN's presence in the deal could also complicate political optics, even though Trump has praised the Ellisons in the past. Back in January, Larry Ellison joined Trump at the White House to announce Stargate, the $500 billion investment for infrastructure tied to artificial intelligence. Anyway, no official comments yet from WBD or Paramount. But if this goes through, it would reshape the entire entertainment landscape and confirm that Zaslav's master plan was about setting up the sale all along. Yeah, it stands to reason. It is interesting that he goes, so, all right, the sale goes through, and it's, the Warner Brothers properties that they buy, which, there again, when you're carving it all up and stuff, it's the IP you're going for, I mean, I imagine HBO probably ceases to exist as it's absorbed into, PP. But I don't think there'll be too much of an antitrust problem there when you're essentially buying the IP from it. But nevertheless, he retains Discovery Global, and Discovery, which is also a part of HBO Max now. I don't know if they would continue that on some other license or just maintain its own streaming entity. But it's also the cable channels, but cable is in decline, and in some cases rapidly so. So, where does he see himself in this? And that, initially that sounded like the plan. He would just go back to the company he originally came from. He was brought in to take on this job of how to salvage Warner Brothers because it had been so badly managed that it was in this shape where this is a way to polish it up for a sell, to cover the debt and what have you. And there you go. And who steps to the plate? Well, it looks like it's Skydance, really. I mean, they say Paramount, but Paramount's already been gobbled by Skydance. But they called the company, Paramount Skydance. So anyway, regarding James Gunn and the new DCU, Matt was previously told whoever bought WBDC would probably keep Gunn around. Worth a mention is that Matt also said that Zaslav demanded that Gunn reboot DC with cheaper talent to make WB look better for sale. Gunn's Superman has brought in over $614 million at the box office. Of course, WB owns the likes of Harry Potter, DC, Superman, Batman, and Paramount owns Star Trek, Top Gun, Transformers, etc. Star Trek is badly damaged at the moment. But a decent writer could come in and turn that around. So, they could polish. But they got to do a lot of polishing on that. Top Gun, of course, made a big comeback with the sequel. Transformers, I don't know, they'll probably be all right. I don't know. Harry Potter, well, they're doing that series. We'll see. But Batman would be the big kahuna buying DC. That's, wish I could say the same for Superman, but it just isn't the case at the moment. So we'll see how that pans out, but it all lines up. It makes sense that this would occur, and wonder what happens. But yeah, the whole thing of trying to get a shared universe thing a la Marvel off the ground was the deal, as part of the polish and shine for the product for someone to come in and buy it. And that's the deal there. If that doesn't work, well, Harry Potter, we got that. You want that? Stuff like that. And that appears to be the course for it. So, yeah, I think this is true. Now, does it go through? Well, there's plenty of stumbles to have that could happen, but for the most part, yeah, that's the end game.